Welcome to Monday Morning Coffee with the Coach on the Spartan Sports Network. And now, here's your host, Walt Fowler.
Thanks, Brad Sarno, voice of the Spartans. And joining us this week on Monday Morning Coffee with the Coach is men's basketball head coach Tobin Anderson. The Spartans, the three-time defending East Coast Conference champs, and off to another fantastic start. 5-0 on the young season. Just your thoughts, given the huge roster turnover you had from last year's squad, Tobin.
Yeah, we're very pleased, obviously, with the start, and it's been kind of funny. I mean, I don't think we've played great. We've beaten very good teams, and we've found a way to win games. You know, every game's been in single digits, so it's not like we're blowing anybody out. But we're finding a way to win games, and you know, I like this team a lot. We're tough. We're together. The guys really worked hard. They're very they're very connected, I think, off the court, on the court, and so far it's been great. I mean, we're 2 weeks into the season, so you don't want to get too excited right now. But I do like I think the exciting thing for us is the chance for growth and the chance to be, I think, pretty good over the next few months.
What about the thought that you played 5 games in 9 days? How difficult was that?
Yeah, I mean, I think guys want to play. You know, I think they were kind of sick of practice, and so I think for our guys, they were excited to play. And obviously, it's a lot. It's a lot in a short amount of time. We got 10 days off here before we play again, and then get right back into it again. But I think our guys want to play. They're competitive, and they're always telling me, like, you know, in practice, they want to compete. So I think for us, it was a good chance to go out there. We've played 5 different teams, 5 different styles. So we have a decent idea now of what our strengths are, what we have to work on, how we can get better, and I think that's going to help us going forward.
Well, answer some of those questions. Number one, what are the strengths?
Yeah, I think we're a very good defensive team. I mean, our defensive numbers right now are excellent, the best we've ever had. I mean, we've had a lot of success here. This is our 6th year, but I think so far, and it's still so early. The numbers look better than usual, which is great, and I think we're a really good defensive team, which is great because if you can defend, you have a chance to win every game. We're a very good rebounding team. That part is going to be very, I think, pretty consistent throughout the year. And then I think we can get our style going, our up tempo, the press, creating turnovers. That's a strength for us too. So if those 3 things, rebounding, defending, and getting our pressure going, if those 3 things are already pretty good and can get better, then we have a chance to be really good.
And what early season weakness are you looking at or working on?
Offense. Our offense is kind of a mess right now. It's like offense by accident. We score off of offensive rebounds. We score off of a transition. We score off of turnovers. But in the half court, we're just not as consistent, which is good. I mean, your defense should always be ahead of your offense. So I'm fine with that. We'd like to see a little more progress, hopefully, fairly soon, because teams are going to slow you down. A game slows down. Like yesterday's game was in the 60s, low 60s. You know, we would like to play at a higher score, but we have to score, and so we're going to work on that. It's going to get better. I think that's part of guys, new guys coming in and understanding, how to play together, what their strengths are together, and that offense. Sometimes I can't tell them what to do. They got to kind of figure it out. So we're going to try to figure it out over the next few weeks.
You mentioned single-digit wins, 5-0, all single-digit wins. 3 of them, 4 points less. You won 82-78 over Stonehill. That was followed with the win over Goldie Beacom, 77-73. Your most recent win, a thriller against rival Dominican, 63-61. Why do you think you have a penchant, or can you develop a penchant for winning those types of close games?
It'd be nice to have that penchant to win those games. That'd be great. Maybe our guys, I think we have great character guys. They don't get flustered. I think yesterday we were in Dominican and we didn't play great the last 10 minutes, but they made a run and we knew they would, and they had a great crowd, and they're a very good team. And our guys didn't get rattled. I mean, we didn't necessarily play well, but it was because we were rattled. We just didn't execute sometimes. But it got close, and our guys didn't blink. They didn't flinch. I think you have pretty tough character guys. They come from good programs. Our point guard, Dimitri Roberts, is from Mount Vernon. He's used to winning all the time. Like Jamar Sudan is from Chester, used to winning all the time. The guys who've come in, or Sekou Cisse is for a good junior college. He's used to winning. So we have guys that are used to winning, and when that happens, they're not going to be bothered by close games, even in college or whatever comes next. And I think now winning those games should help us hopefully going forward, because we've done that now. But we'd like to not win them all by 2 or 4. We'd like to win some by maybe relax a little bit,
Sure. Your next game coming up is against Bloomfield, and that's a rematch of last year's East Regional quarterfinal.
Yeah, our schedule is not. Schedule is a bear. Bloomfield, and then we got coming up after that we got the University of Sciences, and then we have our conference play starts with Mercy and Bridgeport. Then we have St. Rose, who's also regional power. So we're playing a great schedule, which is awesome because our guys want to play against the best teams that are out there. It's going to make us better. We're going to have to probably take some lumps at some point. There's going to be some good teams who are going to be very good, and it'll make us stronger. But we got Bloomfield next, and we're going to try to get better the next week. That's important for us. We got to get some rest here for Thanksgiving, enjoy Thanksgiving, and then get back and get better before Bloomfield. Because Bloomfield, obviously, that's a big game for us. We've gone back and forth. We win one, they win one, back and forth the whole way. So we'd like to have a good game next Wednesday.
With all the roster change that you have going back to last year, you mentioned some of the players who come from winning programs and are used to it and being in tight games. They're familiar with that. You were talking about your strength being defense. Who are some of the stalwarts, some of the guys who have stood out defensively?
Yeah, well, I think our senior captain, who just got hurt his ankle, missed this past weekend, Cameron Morrell, is really been a great defensive player for us to start the year. He really talks a lot, and that's important defensively, is to be a great talker, to be a great communicator. He's been fantastic. Hopefully we get him back here pretty soon. Jamar Sudan at the front of our press is tremendous. He likes to play the front of the press. He's active. He's athletic. He gets deflections. He's really good. Dimitri Roberts has been very good. But when they say team, it's been a team effort because we won a game yesterday shooting 35% with 20 turnovers on offense and still won because of our press and our defense. So you have to be a good defensive team, and to be a good defensive team, it's a team effort. I mean, if one guy's not doing his job, if one guy's not talking, that hurts the whole team. So I think it's really been a team effort. There's not one guy who's not doing the things necessary for us to win on the defensive end.
The biggest void to fill from last year, obviously losing Justin Reyes. Tip of the cap to him, though, as he got drafted in the NBA G League. Yeah,
I mean that's just fantastic. And here's a guy who came here with no scholarship offers, was going to go to a Division III school. He sat out his first year, redshirted for us his first year, and then ends up being a two-time All-American, all-time leading scorer in the conference, player of the year for 3 straight years. He earned all that by just working hard and getting better all the time. I think he has a great influence for our guys to see. Here's a guy who came in here kind of under the radar and ended up having a great career and just got better every day. And he's a great competitor and tough. And so we love Justin and happy to see his success. And I think there'll be more down the road. I think he's just tipping the iceberg of how good he can be at the professional level right now. I mean, he's playing. He had a great game the other day, and he's a different role. He's come off the bench now. He's not playing a lot of minutes, but that's kind of how it goes. And he's got to learn how to play that role and get better at it. And I think as time goes on, he could be a really good professional player. And obviously, we'd love to see him for him and the whole crew to get to the NBA. But that's he's got a lot of work to do. But he's working hard. And the funny part about Justin is I get texts from him every day about how our team's doing, how the guys are doing. He's still very invested in St. Thomas Aquinas and in our program and the guys. And he watches all the games, and which is awesome. There's a guy who really enjoyed his time here and loves Spartan basketball.
Well, he was part of the East Coast Conference Championships. Working on 3 in a row now, hopefully a fourth. What have you learned? You've turned the program around here at St. Thomas Aquinas, but what have you learned since you came here on day one to this point?
That's a great question. I think first of all, we just have wonderful people here. That's the most important thing. What I've learned is that if you surround yourself with great people, Margaret Fitzpatrick, our president, and Jerry Oswald, our athletic director, and the coaches we have in this department, and the people around all the administrators. If you have people who support you and who care about things and who are good people, that's gonna help you lead to success. And then having players who come with high character, who are good people off the court, who do the right things in the classroom, who work hard, and just are great to be around on a daily basis. I mean, all these guys are fun to be around. If we're 5-0, that's great. If we were 1-4 or 0-5 or 2-3, they would still be great guys to be around. And so I think the people you surround yourself with makes a huge difference. And that at St. Thomas we have great people around us, and so it makes our jobs easy at times. I mean, nothing's ever easy, but it makes it more. You come in every day and it's like, hey, there's going to be people here who really support you. That's important.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Coach Tobin Anderson, men's basketball coach, and the Spartans off to a 5-0 start. Their next game Wednesday, November 28th. A little bit of a break as they play Bloomfield, and that's a home game at Alumni Hall, a 7 o'clock tip. Tobin, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you a lot during the season.
Great. Thanks a lot, Walt.
All right, Tobin Anderson, you've been listening to Monday Morning Coffee with the Coach. I'm your host, Walt Fowler. This is the Spartan Sports Network.